You know what? I am sick of guitarists. They come into the gig with their big Marshall stacks, endless pedal boards, magnificently feathered hair, and skin-tight spandex and make all kinds of weird and wonderful sounds. We as saxophonists always have to be so serious with our tone and overtone practice, blah blah blah. I for one am sick of it. Why do guitarists get to enjoy all the flange? Why can't saxophonists twist more knobs? Why can't I play with a big muff? My friends, it's time we rise up, stick a saxophone for a great big guitar amp and see what kind of noises we can muster up. No longer shall we have our spotlight taken by guitar nerds. Let's conquer the world of rock. Maybe.
Okay, so the store has closed for the night, which means we've got the place to ourselves, which is good because we're going to make a big old racket with a very, very big guitar amp. Well, I hope so. Anyway, I've been told there's a big old guitar amp. Let's have a look at it. Oh, hello there.
Here it is in all its glory. Suitably rock and roll, I think. We've got a Marshall 4x12, which looks rock and roll. It smells rock and roll.
Oh, what does that smell like?
It smells of fear, regret, what other rock and roll? Alcohol, cigarettes, all of the good things.
Amazing.
All the good stuff. And yeah, we've got a Boss Katana 100 head, which is affordable. It's not valve or anything, but it's going to be loud. And we've got some built-in effects to play with as well.
Amazing. Oh, George, are you ready to mess around with some effects?
Oh, I don't know. It's a bit out of my comfort zone, all this amplification. But Bobby, what do you reckon? He's done a runner.
I'm not sure he's keen either. Right, so now Bobby's away and all nice and safe and somewhere soundproof, we're gonna see what this amp can do. And the first thing we wanna find out is if we can use this amp setup to amplify a saxophone clean. So, instead of using a PA system, we wanna see if this amp can work and see if it makes it sound nice. So what we've done is we're using the acoustic setting on the Boss Katana, so it's nice and level. We're not messing around with any equalizers, we're not amplifying this any extreme amount, we're just adding a touch of reverb. We're just gonna see how clean we can make the sound, how close we can get to that PA style sound. Let's turn it up, let's see how we go. Ooh, I'm a bit nervous actually.
What's it sound like out there, Michael?
It's not bad actually. It lacks a bit of the sort of full-bodiedness of a saxophone. It's kind of very sort of surface level, but it's not terrible at all. It's not bad.
I stood round here because of we don't want any feedback problems, so we sent Michael out there to test how good his ears were, and clearly there's a substantial difference between this and a PA system.
Yeah, PA system's better, definitely. Right. But if you're busking and you need a small
volume, just get you up there.
You're absolutely right. If you just need volume, that really works. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that.
Yeah.
Right, so the next thing we want to know is, can we compete with a guitarist? Because there's no point in having all of this hardware without really giving it some. So we're going to get a bit crunchy. We're going to kind of push it now. So I have set this to the crunch setting. It's going to be nice and crunchy. We've added a lot more gain to this as well. We've taken the reverb off because otherwise I feel like we're going to get lots and lots of feedback. So
we'll get in trouble.
We'll get in trouble. The police will come and we'll be like, we were too rock and roll for you, man. So let's see how this goes. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Well, that's feedback.
Yeah. Was that good?
Do you know what? I actually quite liked
Yeah?
it. I think it's quite, it's crunchy. I think that it's pretty rock and roll. I mean, you'd have to be really careful how you set this up if you were to do it, because the feedback is quite severe.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I think I was moving this way. Did it improve, maybe?
It did a little bit.
Okay.
The closer you were to it, it was definitely like feedbacking more, but actually it kind of adds to that rock and roll. So I think that's pretty cool, and I think very situationally, that could be really cool.
Yeah, it's got a purpose somewhere.
Yeah.
Should we try out some of the other effects?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? Let's do it.
So let's mess around with some effects. That's the bit I'm most looking forward to. I'm sure you're looking forward to this as well.
Oh, I'm scared now.
Oh, he's scared now. Oh, I'm excited. So, Jamie wouldn't let us have real pedals because he doesn't like us. So instead, we're going to use some of the effects that are built into the amp itself. And the first one that jumped out at me was the auto wah, because the wah is one of my favourite guitar effects. And I want to see if it's possible to do it on a saxophone. So, settings-wise, we pop this back down to acoustic. We don't want any of that crunchiness anymore. We put the auto wah on. I guess all I have to do now is turn it up and see if it works. Oh, no. So, yeah, I'm going to put that up. That's rad.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, oh, let me turn that down. So, yeah, no, some of it doesn't work.
It's because auto wah, isn't it?
Yeah,
you
it's
can't
auto
control
wah.
it, but yeah, it's doing its thing.
Oh yeah, it just sort of, it sounds a bit like how I could only describe as a frog. It's got a very frog energy, that sound.
Frog energy,
I don't know what that means, but that's how it feels. I think that's really, really cool. Right, so the next one we want to mess around with is the octavizer, because sometimes we just need more saxophone in our lives, and we just need more of it.
More power.
More power, exactly. So we've again pretty much got the same settings, except we have moved on to the octavizer effect, and I'm really excited for this one. Okay, here we go. Yeah! Who needs other sax players?
I like that one a lot. That sounds cool.
Oh, I like it even better when you hear your voice for it. No, that's rad as hell. No, you can do so much with that. That's such a good effect. And the thing is, it's not bouncing off of you too heavily either. So it's not like when we were trying to get all crunchy and it would just feedback city.
You can balance it nicely, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. That's really, really cool. I'm well into that. Now, not all effects are out there to change the overall tone of the saxophone. We don't want to make everything crunch or everything wah-wah-wee, wah-wah-wee, wah-wah-wee. Instead...
What language is that?
I don't want to know. Instead, sometimes you just want to add like a delay or something like that. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So...
crank it up then.
We're going to crank it up.
Let's go.
Let's just go. Let's add a delay to this.
Bit of percussion there. Why not?
Why
Let's
not? That's rad. That's really, really cool.
Rad.
The thing is, that's really, really cool. And like, effects and saxophone.
Is it practical, Michael?
Oh God, no. Like, in reality, would you want to use this sort of setup for a saxophone? No, not ideally. Like, it's really, really rad. And if you're at home and you've got a guitar amp and you want to mess around, go for it. But if you're doing this like properly, because the thing is there's so much potential here, like these effects are brilliant.
Have a bit of fun.
Have a bit of fun. But even if you want to use it like as a composer or as a creative, you could mess around with effects. You're just not going to want to use this as your output source.
No,
You're going to want
I agree,
like a small PA, something like much more suited for the saxophone. Because the problem is, you're not getting a very good overall saxophone sound. But the effects are really cool. What was your favourite effect?
The Octavizer just beats the auto wah. I think if we had a pedal and you could control the wah, maybe another video. That would have been up there. But the delays also on this, you can actually tap the tempo.
That's rad.
So the delay was in that specific BPM. So if you can mess with that, you can create some quite complex rhythms, which would be nice. But yeah, the octavizer was sounding cool to me.
That was so full. That was so full.
Yeah, it sounds beefy.
Yeah, I mean, like that's really, really rad. Like really, really rad. Now I want a small PA and a bunch of pedals. So goodbye my bank account. So George, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
You were amazing as always.
No, thank you.
And thank you so much. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And please leave a comment. Tell me about your favourite effects to use with a saxophone, or the effects you'd like to use with a saxophone. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.